but that's okay. So just find a comfortable position. Maybe your eyes can float closed just when you're ready for that. And just notice what's present right now without doing anything or changing anything. Just thinking what brought you here. We're starting to let go of anything that happened before this moment. So we'll start making the breaths deeper, slower, longer. Just practicing that on your own. And just see again what's there. What's the breath like? Can you start smoothing out? Notice any kind of jagged edges, sharp turns as the breath flows from an inhale to an exhale, from an exhale to an inhale. You can notice the length of the inhale and then make the exhale maybe just a little bit longer. We've been practicing some simple pranayamas or different breath work types. So today I wanted to focus on the space between the breaths. So that's an important part of the breath itself as well. And we're going to try just noticing it at first. So breathing in when you're ready. Notice that little pause and then exhale. Another pause and then another inhale. So just starting that to notice that cycle. So it's like you can think of it as a 4-part breath. And if you're just joining, welcome. We're just starting in our seat or lying down in a comfortable position or taking anything, child's pose or whatever. And starting to notice the 4 parts of the breath. So the inhale, the space between, then the exhale, and then that other space. It might be just a split second, a little moment of time, that space, that pause. You can keep doing this. So with any breathwork practice, if you start feeling like lightheaded or dizzy, just immediately go back to your normal breathing. If it's difficult, if you're stuffed up, anything like that, just go back to what you can do. So for the next part, we're gonna draw out the length in those spaces between the breaths. So just to prepare, we'll take a couple breaths in and out. Inhale and exhale. One more in, out. Good. And then when you're ready, you inhale slowly. Hold the breath in for just maybe 2 counts. Exhale out slowly, holding the breath out for 2 counts. And then starting again, take your own pace with this breathing. If you want to add some counts to it, maybe you inhale for 4, count, hold it for 2, exhale for 4. So this 4-part breath, just kind of smoothing out those edges. Awesome. Just take a couple more, your own pace. Last one, inhaling 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding, 2, 1. Exhaling, 3, 2, 1. Holding it out, 2, 1. And then just breathing normally. Check in with yourself. Maybe your eyes close if they've opened again, and just see how that made you feel in your body. There may be some pulsing, or you might feel some kind of rush of energy. Calming down our nervous system with this breathing. And then this is a time to set an intention, if you'd like, for your practice, for yourself, for someone else. It might sound kind of cliche, but even like peace on earth, you can even hold that intention in hard times, that positivity and hope. So hold that intention, and we'll do the same breath practice. So inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold that intention in as long as you'd like. When you're ready, exhaling out slowly with control, holding that breath out. Sealing that intention into your practice. Take a couple normal breaths here. Good, and then we're going to go directly into our first pose. We're going to take a Sphinx pose. So when ready, coming onto the belly, and you can prop up on elbows. And we've all been here before, so maybe a little less of the instruction here. Remembering not to have your elbows too far back. Take it out of the low back, bring it forward. You'll still feel it in the low back, but not in that muscular contracting sense. Beginning to ground yourself here. Feel the body parts connecting to the ground. Maybe it's the forearms, the hands and elbows, or maybe you're on a prop that's supporting you. Maybe you feel that low belly connecting to the ground. The hips, pelvis, maybe even the points, the front points of the hip bones. The knees, the tops of the feet. Breathing here. So staying here for a few minutes. I'm just going to time it. And my cat Lily will probably make some appearances. I might have to let her out of the room, though. I thought she'd take a nap right now, but it's not happening. Let go in the shoulders. So if this makes your shoulders tense, remember you can add your cushion or bolster under the chest or under the arms for support. So with each inhale, maybe you feel the belly pressing into the earth as the diaphragm pushes down. Exhale, feel the breath leaving. Feel the belly getting smaller, still pressing into the earth. Inhale, the chest and belly get bigger. Exhale, relax. Beautiful. So it is safe to go into these poses cold, actually. So yin being a cooling practice. Excuse me. So if you do cool down during the practice, you can add a blanket. We have about 1 more minute here. Nice. A few more breaths here. And when you're ready, please very slowly come down and out of this pose. Take a moment, maybe without moving, when you come out, and just feeling in the low back what's going on there. So releasing any fear. So sometimes when we come out of this pose, it feels really weird. We're maybe not sure if this is like the right sensation. Just let it pass. Calming, breathing out slowly. Feeling the tissues, blood, and energy kind of reorganize after the pose, after holding that for a little while. And then you're welcome to bend your knees and windshield wiper side to side, feet going one way then the other, or you might simply wiggle the hips side to side. And then when you're ready, please bring hands under the shoulders. You'll press up, come back to a child's pose. You can start with the knees closed, or together rather. And then we'll be here for our next posture. So you can stay here if you like, especially if you feel a lot in your hips. You might feel, well, you'll feel that compression in knees, maybe the ankles as well. You can also take the knees wide if you'd like. You can even take them wide, put a prop underneath of you. And then finally, if you want, you can take knees and feet wide if you want to kind of sit the hips a little bit lower. So this can be as deep or subtle as you make it, depending on how far apart the knees are, the feet. Maybe sometimes people's hips might be up a little. You can always put a blanket here in between, cushioning yourself. And then maybe it's a compression, or maybe it's even kind of like a squishy feeling in the hip flexors. So really good. I love doing Sphinx and then this wide knee child's pose right after as a combination. There's a bit of strain in the back with that Sphinx. And then this pose here is so good for the back, even though you might not feel such a stimulation there. So those hip flexors, basically connecting from the sacrum to the front of the hips. It's like the main muscles, and they're deep too. They start out really deep and coming forward. So kind of squishing them, compressing them here is really nice. And we open up everything later. And we have the fresh blood flow to the front of the hips. Halfway through this, remember, you can come out earlier if you need to. That's always okay. Exhale, release the jaw and shoulders. I have to tell myself that in a lot of poses. And I know a lot of people, a lot of patients who have a lot of teeth grinding or clenching. So it's a nice practice to practice not doing that in the yoga. So you might even part the top and bottom teeth, kind of separating them. Sometimes I'll kind of separate them and wiggle my jaw around, see if I can just kind of let it go, relax. And that may or may not be an issue for you. Of course, you can take what you need, and whatever you don't need, toss it. We have just a few more breaths here. Beautiful. So we're going to think about coming out of this pose and how you want to do it. So I often lift my hips up, kind of slide my knees a little closer, and then come onto the belly. You can always just take stages. So maybe first you slide your hands back, maybe you bring knees together first, maybe you come up. Eventually, maybe you're all the way on your front. Feeling a nice opening in the front of the hips. Maybe a rush through the knees and ankles. Feel the lower back and just observe, notice. However it feels is okay. And then we'll bring hands under shoulders once again and press up to hands and knees. Take a few cat and cow stretches. So you can take these slow. Slow inhale, lift the chest up, drop the belly button. And exhale, really slow, opposite, rounding, arching, dropping the head. And then taking your time, moving through these. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. And then you can take this your own way. So you can wiggle hips, hip circles, bending elbows, sliding back and forth, side to side, whatever feels good. So take a few like that. Just starting to get the body a bit more movement. So we'll slowly start our flowing next. Cat cows, just feeling it out. We worked the spine and hips already, so maybe observing those areas, giving them some love. And then when you're ready, coming back to child's pose, so sliding back. So just a normal child's pose here, arms stretched forward. And then as you're ready, walking hands over to the right side, making kind of a C shape, and then making sure you're still heavy in that left hip. So feeling a nice side stretch here. Beautiful. When you're ready, slowly walking hands to the center and over to the opposite side. Left side, right hip gets heavy. Stretching the spine to the side, getting a big stretch down that right side body. Nice. Nice. Walking the hands back through to the center, and then we're going to lift up in a downward facing dog. Take your time. And then pedal it out or take any movements that you need. You can come into plank and press back. You can take child's pose and come back up. Just anything that feels good. Or maybe you alternate bending. Letting those pops and cracks happen. Those are okay. Those are good signs that you're moving your body, creating space in the body. Awesome. So finding a little bit of stillness. These next ones can be done on the hands and knees as well. We'll do some opening in the hips. So you'll inhale, right foot up to the sky. And then exhale, bend the knee. You can open your hip up. We'll take 3 circles. So you can drop the knee, inhale, coming out. Exhale, back down. Inhale, circle. Exhale, down, one more. Inhale, circle. And then when you're ready, reaching the right foot up as high as you can. Exhale, set it right back down for downward facing. Nice. Other side when ready. Inhale, left foot up. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip. Good. And then closing the hip to take the circle. Exhale, inhale, out and around. Exhale, down. Inhale. Exhale, down. One more time around. Good. And then inhale, reaching that foot high. Exhale, set it back down. So staying in down dog, or you can take a child's pose. Adjust. Beautiful. And then we're going to lift the right leg again. This time we're pointing the toes down, flexing the foot just up to hip height. Hips stay level with each other. Take a breath in. We're going to exhale, knee to nose. And then finally stepping the right foot through the hands. Back knee comes down, and we're going to go right to our twist. So inhale, right arm lifts up. Nice. Inhale, reach. Exhale, right hand comes down, and then we're going to slowly start opening the hip, eventually lifting arms. Good. And then can you lift up the hips a little bit? I'm trying to get my thigh parallel to the floor. It's not exactly there, but kind of. And then we're gonna sink down and cactus the arms a few times. So we'll inhale, sink down, open the cactus and lift the chest. Inhale, lift up. Coming down when ready, exhale, cactus. Inhale, lift. Exhale, that cactus the arms, open the chest. Reach to the sky. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, come down. And then we'll take our half split. So inhale, lift, and exhale, coming back. So think about this leg being pretty straight. You can bend it. I do have an injury, so I'm not gonna straighten my leg. So inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, fold. Foot can be flexed or it can kind of flop if you need to. Depends on where you're stretching in the back leg. Nice. And then we're going to come back down, tucking back toes, planting the hands. We're going to step back, downward facing. Nice. Take a breath here. Beautiful. When you're ready, lifting that left leg, flexing the foot, keeping it hip level. The leg hip level. Inhale, knee to nose. Exhale, step left foot down. Right knee comes down and we twist open. Good. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bringing left hand down and then starting to ease into the hips. You might need a few breaths here. Eventually, you're welcome to lift arms up. Good, and then pressing down in that left foot, left heel, hips lift up a little bit. So I'm thinking about that right angle, might not be exact. Beautiful, inhale. We're gonna come down cactus those arms. Inhale back up. Exhale that cactus and sink. One more. Inhale, reach. Exhale that cactus and arms, lift chest. And then inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, bring them down, and you can fold over the legs. So hips lift and get sent to the back of the mat, lifting the left toes, folding. You go however deep you need to in this. You can put 2 blocks on either side or books of your under your hands. Beautiful. When you're ready, inhale forward, planting the hands, stepping back, downward facing. Nice. Let's take a big breath in. Exhale, a brief child's pose. Good. We're going to walk the hands right again. Couple breaths here. And then walking them slowly all the way other side. Beautiful. Back to the middle, and then we'll find downward facing dog. We're going to look forward, walk to the front of the mat, and then finally find that forward bend. Maybe you hold opposite elbows or fold arms dangling, or just arms dangle, hands on blocks or books. So it's great too. And then as slow as you can, rolling to standing, rounding spine, stacking the vertebrae one by one, or imagining that's happening. Inhale, arms reach to the sky, look up. Exhale, heart center. Feet are planted on the earth, your foundation. Imagine the roots growing. And then inhale, reaching arms up, bend the knees, exhale down. Do that again, inhale all the way. Exhale, fold. One more, inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. This time a halfway lift. I'm bringing my feet closer. You're welcome to do that if you like. And then planting the hands, step back for plank pose. We're going to take the first one as a modified version, so knees come down. Inhale, chest forward. Exhale, lowering all the way down. Zipping up the legs, and then inhale, a baby cobra. Exhale down, coming back, child's pose, tucking toes, downward facing dog. Take 5 breaths here. So remember, you can do that modification instead of a chaturanga up dog, down dog. You can also skip the vinyasa flow and find yourself meeting in child's or down dog. So remember that. We're taking another sun salutation. A, we'll look forward. You can walk, jump, or step to the front this time. Inhale halfway, exhale, fold, and then inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale all the way down. Inhale halfway, exhale, plant the hands, step back. So it's chaturanga or lowering to the ground. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog or child's pose. Breath here. Good. Let's look forward, make our way to the front. Inhale halfway, exhale, fold, and then we'll sweep arms up to the sky. Exhale to the heart center. So we're going to keep doing some twisting today. We did some last week, and we're going to continue. It's a great time in the spring to do detoxing, twisting. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, we're going to sit in our chair. Nice. Bringing palms together. Inhale, and then as you exhale to the right side, twist. Nice. One more steady breath. Good. Inhaling to center. Exhaling other side. Sitting the hips a little bit lower. Lining the knees up together. Good. And then we're going to inhale forward. We're going to clasp the hands, but with the palms out, lift up. Exhale down. So take a forward bend here. Maybe you separate the feet. You can grab the big toes, opposite elbows, clasp hands behind and open shoulders, whatever feels good. If a forward bend does not feel good, maybe a squat. You can come to Malasana if you'd like. 8 breaths here. Nice. Exhale, let go. Inhale halfway. Exhale, hands come down, step back, lower halfway or all the way. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing. Beautiful. Inhaling, right foot up. Exhale, knee to nose, and then step forward. We'll take warrior one. Back foot turns at an angle. Inhale, rising up. Beautiful. Pressing that back edge, pinky side of the back foot. Pressing down in the right heel, right big toe side. And then we're going to slowly take a crescent. So we'll just lift the back heel, even squaring the hips further to the front. Crescent lunge. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, we're just going to calm down and then lift the right arm, coming into that twist, but with the knee lifted. Inhale, exhale, right hand down. We'll flow or go to downward facing. Nice. Inhale, exhale. Beautiful. Inhaling, left foot up. Drawing the knee towards the nose, stepping through, you'll find warrior one. So turning that back foot, inhale up. Nice. We're doing about 5 breaths in each posture for this warrior series. When you're ready, popping up that back heel, squaring the hips even more. Really stretch the heel back. Right leg might even straighten a little bit. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands come down. Right hand plants, left arm lifts up. Nice. Inhale. Exhale, hand comes down. You can flow or go downward facing dog. Beautiful. So stay in down dog or taking child's pose. Beautiful. Looking forward, we're going to come to the front of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale, exhale, fold, and then inhale, sweeping all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. So I'm going to just turn so you can see. We're just going to do a couple balancing poses now. So we'll take a eagle next. So let's inhale, arm sweep up. We're going to exhale that right arm under the left. So it's either holding the shoulders or you can wrap the arms. Good. And then let's inhale. So chest lifts, elbows lift, everything up. And then exhale, bring it all down as you sink into chair. Let the elbows sink. Feel a nice stretch on the shoulders. Then we're going to inhale, lifting the right foot. Exhale, cross it over that left. You can wrap the foot around ankle. You don't have to. And then sitting a little bit lower. Beautiful. When you're ready to come out, big inhale, unwind. Exhale, hands to the heart. Good. Check in with your heart beating. Press the thumbs into that center of the chest. So this pose will take the heart rate up. We'll just observe that. When you're ready, inhale, arms sweep. Exhale, left over the right, or I'm sorry, left goes under the right. We're gonna lift everything on an inhale, and then exhale, sitting down. Beautiful. And then you'll just take your left heel lifted, left leg lifts, cross it over the right, and then just find your way into the pose. It's okay if you fall out. Sink a little bit lower. Nice. And then when you're ready, inhale, exhale, palms to heart. Check in with that heart. And then we'll slow it down, take a tree. So we'll balance on the left foot. Right knee comes out to the side. And then any stage of the pose you need, lifting it up, staying down, coming to the thigh. And then breathing really slow. Find one spot to gaze at. For grounding, looking at something on the ground. For more of a challenge, maybe you look up. You can also look straight ahead. And maybe arms lift. It's up to you. So nothing happening in the mind. Because of the concentration here. It's such a beautiful moment. Breathing in. And exhale, climb down when you're ready. So even though this is not a yin pose, maybe finding some yin, relaxing as many muscles as you can in this pose. So let's press the right foot into the ground and then take left knee out. And then lifting it if you need to. Finding the yin here. The only effort is in that right balancing leg. Maybe the abdominals, core tucked in a bit. Keeping you steady. Arms can lift. Inhale, reach. Exhale, climbing down when ready. Taking some breaths. You can walk the feet out if needed. Pressing thumbs into the heart space, maybe closing the eyes a moment. Maybe the heart beating slower than before. Nice. You can float the eyes open and we'll take one more flow. So let's inhale, arms reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale halfway. Exhale, find your way downward facing. No rush. You can skip the little vinyasa if you'd like. Nice. All right, so we'll go ahead and put everything kind of together. So inhale, right foot. Exhale, step forward, and we'll do our crescent again. So we have been here before. Reach up, reach up. And then we'll take our twist. So inhale, exhale, palms come together, and you twist to the right. So it could be here. You might hook the arm on the leg if you like. Beautiful. When you're ready, arms open up. And then we're just going to kind of helicopter them around warrior two. Nice. We're going to take 5 breaths here, looking over the right fingertips. So either at the fingertip or into the distance at a point. Nice. Good. Slowly straighten that right leg and we'll take triangle. So you'll kind of kick the hips back and reach, reach, reach forward, and then exhale, right hand down. to the leg, to the block, to the book, whatever you need. There can be a little bend in this knee for sure if you need it. Nice. A few more breaths here. Maybe you can find a little bit of that yin here as well. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, we'll bend the knee, cartwheel, hands down, and then you're going to bring the back knee down. Hands come to the inside. So you can come into kind of a lizard here. Good. You can come down to the forearms or bringing the arms to a prop. Take a few breaths. Then we have an option. So you can keep the right hand down, coming to be straighter on the elbow, and then bending the back knee and reaching for the foot or ankle. This can be done using a strap around that foot and you hold it. Maybe you gaze at the back foot. Maybe you're still in a lizard. Nice. Beautiful. And then we're going to slowly make our way out, flowing to downward facing dog when ready. So bringing that left hand back. So go ahead and square the foot. You might lift the back knee and come back. So your choice, make your way. Inhale, exhale. Nice. Breathing in, breathing out. Beautiful. When ready, inhale, left leg up and then step forward. Take a crescent lunge. When you're ready, back heel remains off the mat. And you'll see the twist a little better on this side. Inhale, exhale, palms come together, twisting left. So maybe you're here, here, or here. Beautiful. When you're ready, arms can open. And then sweeping arms around, warrior two. We'll turn around now. Nice, gazing over that left side. Sinking down on the hips. Nice, straightening out that leg, and then we'll reach for triangle. Inhale, exhale, hand comes down, lifting up. Nice, maybe looking to the sky, if that's okay on your neck. If not, maybe straight to the side or to the ground. Nice. Find that yin. Where can you relax and let go? Inhale, reach up. Exhale, we'll bring ourselves down. So bend the knee, hands come to the inside. You can pop the back heel and bring that knee down. And then you decide where you go from here. So you can stay here, come down for a low lizard. Then if you've lowered and you want to do this other little twist, you can bring yourself back up. So it's opposite side. The right hand plants, you can lift the back knee or back foot and then reach back for it. So a strap is great. And another teacher had a great idea. You can use a belt from a bathrobe as a strap. That would be amazing. Or a necktie. That's another idea. Besides like a regular belt, use a towel. And then letting go, we're going to flow or go downward facing. Awesome. 5 breaths. And then child's pose. Find that child's pose when ready. Let all that go. Nice. We're going to slowly find our way to our seats. For the next pose, you might want to sit on a blanket or use a bolster or a cushion. The legs are straight out in front, feet relaxed. We're going to take a caterpillar. Remember, you can bend your knees for any of these straight leg poses, so rolling a towel or something under or another mat, something like that. The idea will be to curl up like a caterpillar. So take a deep breath here. Exhale, it's a rounding of the spine. So I'll get to it if you can't round the spine due to injury in just a moment. So when you're ready, just kind of round. See where your head falls. There's no goal to reach the head to anything or hands to feet, none of that. And then you can add your prop if you'd like. So if you're not able to round, you might simply sit up and just kind of lean a little bit forward. And the other good option, lying on the back, to lift the legs up to the sky. You're getting a really nice stretch in the back of the legs. If you have a wall, you can do legs up the wall. Just finding that caterpillar in any way, any shape. So for seated postures, there's a nice idea of using gravity, just allowing your upper body to fall over the lower body. See what sensations arise. So all of these poses, you can use that gravity to ground you to the earth. So think about that force that is pulling you here. And then pulling you to this earth where you're supported and held and nourished by. Let go, let go. Where do you feel this in your body? Feel that slow rhythm of your breathing. The heart rate has slowed now. Tune in. How do you feel in general? Know that that's okay, however you feel right now. We are more than halfway through. How can you let go a little bit more? Could be simply letting go of a thought. Could be letting go of any negative self-talk, any shoulds about the pose or about what you're doing during this time that we're stuck at home, we're staying at home. The idea of letting our feelings wash over us, turning towards them, that way we can fully process and then ultimately release. So they're not in our bodies, just causing stress, tension, dis-ease. About 10 more breaths right here. When ready, it's a slow coming out of the pose. So just think about that caterpillar unfolding, pressing the hands into the ground or props. You can lift slowly. Good. Just lifting up. Maybe you even bring legs in for a seat for a moment. Let's just do a couple seated cat-cows with the spine. So we'll inhale, reach the chest up, lift the head, shoulders back. Exhale, it's a rounding of the spine, kind of almost a caving in. We'll do a couple more. Inhale, reach up, lift, exhale, round. No special way to do it, just moving the spine. Inhale, exhale, round. And you can sit any way. When we sit like this, any way you want. You can sit on cushions or a chair even. So we're going to take heart opening. Since we kind of closed a bit in that last pose, I want to make sure we open. So we'll take our heart melting pose. Hands and knees. Pad the knees with a blanket if necessary. Hips staying above the knees, walking the hands out. Breath in. Exhale, heart melts down. Chin or forehead reaches the floor, or you bring a prop underneath the chest and head to bring the floor closer. I'm just going to time the pose. So not as long as that last one. About 3 minutes here. Just feeling that opening in the chest, shoulders, arms. Just notice what arises for you here. Being compassionate with your body for what it can do today. And if you modified and backed off of poses, you really used inner wisdom. That's amazing. Let go of strain here. It's just a little effort to keep the hips in the air. If you're efforting too much, maybe you're too deep or have been here too long, you can notice that if the breath is labored as well. Got about 1.5 minutes. Just an option. One more minute here. If you've come out of the pose, that's okay. And if you're still in it, it's just a few more breaths here. Good. So when you're ready, slowly, you can press hands into the ground, starting to lift the chest up and kind of, I'll just like walk my hands back towards me a little closer. You can move your prop. You can either sink down into child's pose with the arms alongside your body or maybe lying on your front or back. You don't have to think about where you're going with this. Just find rest, whatever that is for you. So, getting ready for one more hip opener, we're going to get ready to take a reclining butterfly pose with or without a prop under the spine. So, see how your chest and back feel? You might want to open the chest a bit more. If you have tighter, tense shoulders, you might consider putting something under. So, just bringing something that you can place along the spine. Bolster, a couch cushion, a rolled blanket also works really well. And then coming back, don't forget, you might need blocks or something like that, little pillows. Coming back, and then your legs bend, feet together, knees apart. Propping one or both knees or thighs as you need. Nice big opening in the chest. And even if you don't have a prop under, you can feel you have a nice open chest. We just opened a lot. So make sure if you feel like a sharp feeling deep in the hip, definitely prop the thigh or the knee on that side. It's totally okay if one side's different, like if you need something under one side, not the other, or if something needs to be higher on one side, don't worry about that asymmetry. It's okay. This can be a nice chance to come back to a breath practice if you like. You could be breathing in for 4, out for 4, or doing kind of what we did earlier, noticing the 4 parts of the breath: the inhale, the pause, the exhale, and the pause. About another minute here to really connect with your breathing and the sensation that you feel from the posture, or multiple sensations. Just maybe you focus on one to really have that meditation, one pointed focus. So let's come out a little bit by bit. You can start by pulling your knees back together. Then you might want to walk the feet apart about mat width and bring the knees together. Just let go in that low spine. And if it's okay on your back, you can stretch the legs long. And then if you're on a prop, let's kind of just roll off. You can always come back onto it later if you want for relaxation. Let's come down and then bring knees into the chest. Rock side to side or take some circles. I really like to place one hand on each knee and circle one direction and then the other. So if you want to try that, you can. If you need happy baby, you can take it. And then we'll take our twist to the right side. So just letting knees fall to one side when ready. Prop as needed. Take your time getting here really slowly. So it's about 3 minutes per side. If you're getting chilly, just maybe you throw a blanket over your whole body. Sweater, socks are good. It's really interesting teaching just at home because our temperature is pretty normal. So I get like cold in the yin part, warmer in the yang part. But I taught at Prana for like 10 years and it was just so hot in there all the time. I would never have to like get my sweater or socks to put on during class. And the place that I trained, Evolutions, was freezing cold because it's also a gym. So that was like sweatshirts, socks, blankets, like everything. So you get to know how you feel in your own practice and what you need, what your needs are. Such an important discovery and practice to give yourself what you need, less of what you don't. How's the breath feel here? You can practice a pranayama if you desire, or just let that breath breathe the body. You can exhale out any stale air or stagnation. Just letting go. No one can hear. Do that as many times as you like. I've noticed in taking classes a lot more teachers are starting to guide people and doing like forced exhales out. And I just think it feels so good. And then you immediately take in so much more fresh oxygen. So these breath practices are just beautiful way to detox the system, to nourish the body, nourish the cells, the brain, just everything. Just a few more breaths on this side. When ready, please take your time. You'll just slowly roll back out of the pose. Take rest. And then finding the other side when you're ready. Just giving yourself time to find that stillness. It's okay if you're still adjusting. It's okay if you're deep in it already. It's been less than a minute, so it's okay if there's still some tension. You can use the entire length of the pose to breathe that out, to relax. And halfway through at this point, see what it feels like. Is it different than the beginning? Let the shoulders go, let the jaw, face, forehead, everything relax. About 10 more breaths on this side. Nice. Full conscious breaths, presence. And then please let go and release the posture when you're ready. And then now, if you need any last movements, stretches, just anything, you can take them. Eventually find your own position for relaxation. So that could mean being covered up or propped up. It could mean lying on the back, front, or side. Just something where you can totally relax your body and really just receive, not doing. Flying in stillness, allowing, receiving, just absorbing this practice into your being. We'll take a few minutes here of rest. So starting to bring yourself back if you've drifted. Deep breath here. And starting to reawaken, moving fingers and toes. And adding any other little movements, whether that's circling wrists and ankles, turning the head, anything else. You can even stretch arms overhead, stretch the toes forward, big stretch. Good, and then we'll slowly roll onto the side body. Take your time, maybe the knees bend and you roll over. When you're ready, pressing up to your seat, and we'll close our practice together. Any seat that feels comfortable to you. Bringing palms together at the heart center. May all beings be free of fear and harm. May we all be happy just the way we are. May we be at peace with whatever comes. And may we all live gently in the softness of our own hearts. Namaste.